Elementary Chinese Reader 3. Let us read lesson 58. Shi Jiao. Shi is a snake and Jiao is wine. Shi Jiao, snake wine or snake alcohol. It is an alcoholic beverage that is produced by mixing snake venom in rice wine or grain alcohol, and it has a long recorded history in ancient traditional Chinese medicine. It was first recorded to have been consumed in China during the Western Zhou Dynasty, that was BCE 1040 to 770. And it is believed that drinking snake wine can reinvigorate or can make a person healthy. And it is not only limited to China, it is also practiced or found in parts of Vietnam, Thailand, Japan, and India. And Huashi Street, a night market in Taipei, Taiwan, is very famous for its snake food and wine products. In this lesson, Shi Chu, we read the story behind the origin of mixing snake venom with rice wine or alcohol to make it a medicinal drink. Let us read the story Shi Chu. 传说700年以前. Chuan means to pass, transmit, or pass on, especially from a generation to other, or transmit to somebody else. And chuan shuo is to speak. So something which is passed on from a generation to another generation or transmitted, or a legend. Chuan shuo, in simple words, it is a legend or a saying which has no specific origin. Chuan shuo, a legend. 700年以前, 700, several hundred, 年, year, 以前, earlier. Legends said, or there is a folk story, or it is said that several hundred years ago. 大别山丘的, 大别山 is a mountain, and 大别 is the name of the mountain. Chu, area, the. 一座, a measured word. 小, small. 镇上, Chen is a town or a village. Shang, up or on. So legends say that several hundred years ago, in the area of Tapie mountain, a small town shang up, or in a small town. So this is story of a small town in the Tapie mountain area. 西头有一家酒店. Shi头 is a head, and Shi is a direction. West, in the west direction, in the western head. To have. 一家 a 酒店, a wine shop. So in this area, in the west direction, there was a wine shop. 生意特别好. Shangyi is business. 特别, specially. 好, good. Business is particularly or specially good. In this wine shop that is located in the western head of this town, the business is especially good. 一天喝酒的客人非常多. 一天, one day. 喝酒, drinking beer, the 客人, guest. 非常, extremely,多, many. So on a one particular day, there were many drinkers of wine in that hotel. 不大一会儿, in a while. 不大, not big or not long. 不大一会儿, Kung fu is time. In a short time or in a short while. Chu. Then pa, grammar particle. Kue Thai, counter. Li, inside the counter. The chu, wine. Mai Guang La. Mai is to sell. Mai Guang is to finish or sold out. Because the guests that were drinking in the counter that day, there were many. So in a short while, it took short while to finish or oversell the wine at the counter. 9点 shop, 主人 is owner, 叫 to call. 伙计 is an assistant. 一步 this is the name of assistant. 到 to go, to reach. 后面 backside. 库房 a storeroom. 吃 to go. 吃 fetch or take. 吃 wine. The hotel owner asked the assistant Lipo to go to the storeroom at the backside and fetch wine. Lipo Kang Tao. Lipo Kang just Tao to reach. Lipo just reach. Hu Huang the storeroom. Man Kou. Man is gate, Kou is mouth. Man Kou is doorway. The shop assistant Lipo just reached the storeroom's main gate. True. Then Ting Jian heard. Wu Li inside the room. Yo have. Tong Ching movement. As he just reached the door of the storeroom, he heard some movement inside the room. Ta Chimang. Chimang is hurriedly. He hurriedly. Ta Chimang. Na Chu. Na is to take. Chu is to start off. Yao Shi. Key. Pa to take. Man door. Ta Hai open. He hurriedly took out the keys and opened the door. Kang Yao Chin Wu. Kang just. Yao want to. Chin enter. Wu room. Just as he was about to or wanted to enter the room. Chu then. Aiya Yi Shang. Chuan Shan Wang Hui Pao. So as he was just about to enter the room, Chu then Aiya, he made a noise. Aiya Yi Shang, a sound. Chuan Shan. Chuan is to turn. Shan body. As he was about to enter the room, he made a sound of Aiya and turned his body. Wang towards. Hui return. Pao run. And he returned back and started running. Ta Yipian Pao. Yipian Han. Yipian Shama Shama Yipian, denoting action happening simultaneously. So he ran and Han shouted. He ran and shouted together. Kwai Gai Run Na. Kwai is quick, Lai come. Run people. Na. So people quickly come out or come out. Yuan Lai is basically or originally or it turned out Yuan Lai Hu Fang Li inside the storeroom. You have Yi Tiao. Tiao is measure word for long and narrow things. Same way as we have for streets. Yi Tiao a Ta Shi, a big snake. So it turned out that the storeroom had a big snake. Liang Chang Tua Chang. Chang is a measure for length. One chang is about 3.33 meters. So this is Liang Chang, that is about 6 meters. Tua Shang, so long. It was about 6 meters long. Wei pa, tail. Chuan zai, chuan is to roll. The tail was rolled at. Fang liang shang. Liang is a beam, fang is room, shang up. So its tail was rolled over and the beam of the room. Thou, head. Chang shan. Chang shan is to stretch. Tao, two. Kang li he chu. Kang is a jar, li inside. He chu, to drink wine. So the snake that was in the room, it was hanging by the beam of the room from the top, and its head was inside the jar of the wine to drink wine. It was suspended from top to bottom. Ran man ting dao li po de han shang. Ranman, people. Ting dao, listened or heard. Li po de, li pose. Han, shout. Shang, voice. People heard Lipo's shout or shouting voice. Tau, pao le kuo lai. Tau, everybody. Pao le, run. Kuo lai, came over. Everybody came over running. Jian dao, zhe tiao da she. Jian dao is saw. Zhe tiao, this. Da she, big snake. So they saw this big snake. Da chia, dou, han hai pa. Da chia, everybody. Dou, no exception. Han, very. Hai pa, afraid. Everybody was very afraid. Xia de, xia is afraid of. Xia de, she, who. Ye, also. Pu, kan. Kan is to dare. Chen chu. Chen chu is to enter or go inside. They were so afraid that nobody dared to go inside. Yi where, in a while. Yi where, in a while. Na tiao da she, that big snake. He zui la. Zui, to get drunk. In a while, that big snake got drunk. Yi xia zi, all of a sudden. Tiao, to drop. Chin, inside. Chu, wine. Kang, jar. Li, inside. In a while, the big snake got drunk and dropped inside the wine jar. Li po, gang kuai. Li po, gang kuai is quickly. Pao, run. Chen, chu, enter inside, went inside. Pa, to take. Gang, jar. Kai, cover. Shang, up. So he quickly, as the snake got drunk and dropped into the jar, Lipo quickly went inside and put the lid on the jar. Shangmian, on the upside. Yo, again or also. Ya, ya is to press, pressed. Kuai da she tou. Kuai is a measure word or a piece. Ta, big. She tou, stone or rock. Lipo first put the lid on the jar and again pressed a big rock on the jar. Ihou, later, after, or subsequently, or from this time onwards. Lipo, mei se is every time. Lai, to come. Hu, fuang, storeroom. Chu chu. So from then onwards, whenever Lipo came to the storeroom to get beer, Zong Yao, always. Think, listened. Gang Li, Hayo, Meyo, Shang Yin. So Zong Yao, he's always think, to listen. Gang Jar, Li, inside. Hai, still. Yo, have. Meyo, not have. Shang Yin, sound. So from then onwards, whenever Lipo come to the storeroom to fetch wine, he always listened whether there is still sound inside the jar. 2年过去了 2 years passed. 拿出红利 now that 酒 wine. 缸里 inside the jar. 一直 always 没有 not have 什么动静. So 2 years have passed and inside that jar always 没有 not have 动静 movement. So there had been no movement inside the jar for 2 years. 李波想是一定死了 Lipo thought the snake certainly died, or snake must be dead by now. 死是还有什么可怕的呢？死 dead, 是 snake, 还有 still have, 什么 what, 可怕 afraid, 呢 interrogative particle. So what is to be afraid from a dead snake? 于是 therefore 他绕过去 so he walked over 大海 open 缸盖一看 the jar's cover 一看 saw so he went over opened the jar's lid and saw 大蛇果然死了 果然 is as expected or actually 死了 dead. So he walked over, opened the jar and saw the big snake was really or as expected he was dead. 缸里的酒变得汤汤的 The wine inside the jar 变得 turned into 汤的 Tanghong is burning red. The wine inside the jar had turned into burning red. 这件主人知道以后 The shop owner 知道 to know 以后 later after the shop owner came to know 对李波说 said to Lipo 那红酒你操控而倒掉吧 So after the hotel owner came to know about it, he said to Lipo, that Hongchu, that red wine, ni, you, chou, take out, kong, empty or vacant into, tao tiao pa, tao tiao is to pour out, pa, So the shop owner, when he came to know of the red wine, he said to Lipo, you take this red wine and pour it empty or pour it away. 站上有个姓刘的乌来 Chan is down, shang up or on, in the town. Yoga have a Shing surname Liu, the Ulai. Ulai is a rascal or a rogue. In the town there was a rascal by the surname of Liu. Zolu yi guai de. Zolu walk on the road. Guai is a crutch. Yi guai da. So walked on the road with a crutch or with a help. Yu shang gua fang xia yu. Yu is to encounter, shang is up. So whenever encountered, gua fang blowing wind, xia yu or rain. Yao tue, yao is waist, tue is leg, chu then. Hang pain, the xia pu liao chuang. Xia is down, pu liao cannot, chuang bed. So waist and leg then pained and he cannot get down from bed. There was a rogue in town with the surname of Liu. He walked on the road with a crutch, and whenever he encountered or there was blowing wind or rain, his waist and leg pained, and he could not get down off the bed. 他称道："酒店来喝酒。" Changtao often arrived. 酒店 in the restaurant or in the wine shop. Lai come 喝酒 to drink wine. He often came to the hotel to drink wine. 却 yet. Song Lai never. 不给钱 never gave money, but he never paid. Lipo 不给喝 Lipo not give drink. Chu then. Yao I tha ta. I is to suffer or endure. Tha he ta beating. So if Lipo refused him a drink, he had to suffer a beating by him, or the surname Shu, the rogue named Shu, will beat him if he don't give him drink. 给喝 give drink. Yo again. Yao need to or must, and then I churan ma. I is to suffer. Churan owner. Ma is abuse. So if he don't give drink, he has to suffer beating by that rogue. And if he gave drink, he has to suffer abuse by the owner. Ethian one day. Liu Wu Lai. Yo Lai He Chu. The rogued, surnamed Liu, again came to drink wine. Lipo Huran. Lipo suddenly. Xiang Tao thought of. Hai Mei still not. Tao Tiao poured. Na Kang Chu, that jar of wine. So one day he again came to drink. Lipo suddenly thought that he had still not poured that jar of wine. Chu na le yi wan gei ta. One is a bowl. Na to take a bowl to him. Then take a bowl to him. Liu Hu Lai, the rascal Liu, Jian Che saw. Chu you tiar Kue. You tiar a bit. Kue is strange. So rascal Liu saw that this wine was a bit strange. Chu Wan then asked, 这是什么酒? This is what wine? 怎么没见过? Why haven't I seen it? Lipo 回答说 Lipo replied and said, 这是最好的酒. This is best wine. 外边而是买不到的. 外边 outside. 买不到 cannot buy. So this is the best wine. You cannot buy it outside. Liu Wu Lai, the rascal Liu, 借过 go over. one eat one bowl, one smell. So rascal Liu took the bowl and smelled. Shuo said, 好香啊. How good. Xiang fragrance, so good fragrance. Chu 一口气, 口气 is a breath, then in one breath. 把它喝光了. He drank it in one breath. 喝完他还要. 喝完 one is finished. 他还 he still 要 want. After drinking it, he still wanted more. 可是 but 话没说完. 可是 but 话 words 没说 not spoken, one finished, but he had not finished speaking. 就一头 then 一头倒, so his head fell. 栽了 at 地上, 地 is land, 上 up, on the ground. Before he finished speaking, he fell on the ground. Lipo 一位. Lipo thought, 他中毒死了. Tu is to poison, se is death. Lipo thought he was poisoned to death. Xiade, afraid. Xia is to be afraid of. Xiade. Ganchen. Ganchen is hurriedly. So afraid, he hurriedly. Pa, to take or took. Tha, him. Thaw, to drag. Tao, to or towards. Zhi, self. Chu, the living. Xiao Li, small room, small hut. Afraid, he quickly dragged him to the small hut where he himself lived. Ta Suan, to plan. Tang Tao, Tang is to wait. Tao is till. Tang Tao, so he planned to wait till. Ye Li, in the night. Ye is night. Zai, again. Sure, speak. So he planned to wait until the night. Wan Sheng, in the night. Li Po Hui Tao Wu Li. Li Po returned to the room. Gang Tian Shang Tang. Gang, just. Tian Shang Tang. Tang is a lamp. Just as he lit the lamp. Chu Qian then saw. Liu Wu Lai, rascal Liu. Fan La, Fan is to turn. So just then he saw rascal Liu turn. Ke Shan Han Kuai, Zola Chi Lai. Shan, body. Han, Kuai, very quickly. Zola, sat. Chi Lai, sat up. Just as he lit the lamp, he saw rascal Liu turned and quickly sat up. Zui Li, Zui is mouth, inside the mouth. Lian Shuo is repeatedly, Shuo, to speak. In the mouth he was repeatedly saying, How Chu, good wine, good wine. Jie Che, You Yi Xia Ze, Chan Qi Lai. Then he quickly again, Chan Qi Lai, got up. Ta Pu, big strides. Zhou Chu, Zhou to walk, Chu start off, out. Wu Li, Wu Ze, from the room. Taking big strides, he walked out of the room. Ye Pu, Yi Guai de le. Also not Yi Guai de le. So he was again not also limping. Guola Liang Tian, crossover or go over Liang Tian, 2 days passed. Zhang Xia Ce Yu, it was raining. Liu Wu Guai, Thuran, suddenly. So 2 days passed, it was raining. And rascal Wu suddenly, Yo again, Lila came. Hai Yao Na Zhang Chu He, I still Yao need. Na, that. Chu He, that wine. So again wanted to drink that wine. Li Po Wan Tha, Li Po asked him. Xia Liang Tian, ni bu shi xia bu liao chuang ma? Next 2 days, you cannot get out of the bed. Liu Wu Lai Shuo, the rascal Liu said. Hele ni na wan chu, hele, drinking that bowl of wine. Or the ping, chu hao tuola, my illness got well. Xia yu yao tui ye pu tang la. During rain, my waist and legs also don't pain. Ni zai ge wo, Eat one pa. You again give me a bowl. 李婆又给了他半碗. Lipo again gave him half bowl. 喝完他还要. After finished drinking, he still wanted more. Lipo 说, Lipo said, 没有了, don't have, or no more. Lipo 看着牛来走处处的样子. Lipo saw Rascal Liu Zhou walk Chu Chu out, the Yangtze appearance. So Lipo saw the appearance of Rascal Liu going out. Shinli Xiang thought in the heart, 这张酒大概能治病. This kind of wine perhaps cure disease. Lipo 他爹也有要退病. Tie is also father. Lipo's father, 也有 also have 要退病, pain or illness in the waist and leg. 当天 entire day. Tang zai, tang is to lie, zai at. Chuang shang on the bed. Punang tong cannot move. Chia li family, Chong poor. The family is poor. Ye meyo also not have. Qian zhe, qian money, zhe cure. So family is poor and also they don't have money for cure. Lipo chuang la. Chuang, here this means pack. So Lipo packed. Jeeping, several bottles. Shu, several bottles of snake wine. Na hui chia chu, took them back to home. Rang let ta tie, his father. Ye also. He, she, her to drink, she to try. So he folded some bottles and let his father try them too. Ti Ping, her one. Ti Ping, first bottle, her drink, one, finish. After finish drinking first bottle. Ta Tie Chu, Nang Xia Chuang La, his father, Chu, then Nang can. Xia Chuang, get down from the bed. His father could get down from bed after drinking first bottle. Ti Ping, second bottle, her one, finished drinking. Yao Tui, Pu Tang Le, his waist and legs were not paining. Jie Che, Yo He Liao Ping, so he drank another bottle. Yao Ye Zhi Qi Lai Le, so his waist also straightened up. Yao, waist. Qi Lai, come up. His waist also straightened up. Nang Tao, can go. Ti Li, in the field. Kan Huar, to work. So he could, after drinking another bottle, his waist straightened up and he can go to the fields to work. How Lai, later. Po, Yo Pa Che Chang She Chiu, Song Gei, Yo Yao Tui Ping De Qiang Ren He. Later, Lipo again took this snake wine and gave them to the poor people to drink. Tamen Hela, they drank. Ping Ye, illness also. Tau Haola, it got well. So illness also got well. Song Si, from then onwards. She Chu, snake wine. Chula Ming, Ming is a name. Chula Ming is got a name or become famous. Since then, snake wine became famous. Changla, turned into. Nang, can. Che, cured. Ping, illness. The Yi Chong Yao Chu, medicinal wine. Since then, snake wine became famous and turned it into medicinal wine, medicinal beer that can cure illness. This was lesson 58, Elementary Chinese Reader 3, about the story of snake wine.